Now, look, mystery is so brilliant that you really forget that his method is not schemy, it's not sneaky. There's actually so much science behind the things that he says. It kind of blows my mind how he was able to come up with this at in that time because he did it by himself, almost by himself. So let's watch this, and there's no doubt in my mind that his background in performing, his background in being a magician helped. But let's see what he has to say. And we're gonna watch the whole video first. It's 2 minutes, and then we're gonna replay it again so I could break it down and give you guys my take on it.
Point here. Each of these phases, A1, A2, A3, that's attraction, the attraction phases, and to the attraction stage. Then you have comfort, C1, C2, C3. Then you have seduction, S1, S2, S3. I'm going to go into why that is designed the way it is, but I want you to think of it like a video game. A1, you open. If you die on A1, you're going to get pissed. You're going to, oh, you know, Super Mario just died. And you start all over. It's the only thing you can do. The quicker you press reset and start over, the less the potentiality of rejection will harm you emotionally and affect your next set, right? But what if you're good enough to get all the way to C1? You know, you have opened the set, you have demonstrated higher value to the woman in her group in such a way that it doesn't seem like bragging, and you have negged her. This is to state something that will disqualify you from being considered a potential suitor. Just long enough so that you can demonstrate high enough value to hit those attraction circuits that exist in her head so that you start getting indicators of interest. That's just zooming in a little bit of A2 here. Once you've met the objective and you're getting indicators of interest from her, then you move forward into A3, and here's this next level of the video game, where now the challenge is to make her feel like you're not yet attracted to her, but it's growing. And that way we keep that challenge. If you can get all the way to that point, and then during that point, move the target either away from the group that she's with, because women of beauty are very rarely found alone, they're usually in groups. So you're going to have to learn to work the group. See what I'm doing right now? I don't know any of you yet, but I'm working the group. Every single one of us must be able to do this skill set. If you can do what I'm doing here, you're going to get laid like a fucking rock star.
Yeah, and okay, so he pretty much just broke down the whole method, and to me, it's kind of brilliant how he breaks it down into stages that you sort of just it just makes total sense. Let's watch it again, and I'm gonna pause it because I know some of you guys hate when I pause in the beginning.
Potentiality of rejection will
Right, so listen to this.
the less the you know, Super Mario just died, and you start all over. It's the only thing you can do. The quicker you press reset and start over, the less the potentiality of rejection will harm you emotionally.
So what he's pretty much talking about is suppression, right? Suppressing your emotions, distracting yourself, and just keep moving. The momentum will allow you to filter the rejection like a moving river, right? That continually filters rather than a pond or swamp that doesn't filter but holds on to the things that gets there. And so to me, this is a brilliant way because what happens is that when you get rejected, your thoughts become your worst enemy, not the woman who rejected you. And so you start to develop a narrative in your mind about women. And a lot of guys, if they get rejected long enough and they pause in between rejections and they think about the rejection, it could potentially become bitterness. Bitterness towards women. That shit over the long run will pretty much keep you alone for almost for your whole life.
Emotionally and affect your next set, right? But what if you're good enough to get all the way to C1? You know, you have opened the set, you have demonstrated higher value to the woman in her group in such a way that it doesn't seem like bragging, and you have negged her. This is to
So you approach, which is something that anybody can learn, right? Anything. It could be a situational opener. I like your hair. There's a real. Don't do that. That's a neg, right? And then once you open, the woman is naturally suspicious, right? which makes total sense. He's looking at it from like a sales point of view. She's suspicious. She's like, what does he want? And so that objection, he already knows. What does he do then? He negs her. He negs her in a way to let her know that I'm not trying to hit on you. And negging could be the fact that he kind of looks gay, and she's like, okay, he could be gay, so he's not gonna hit on me, right? It could be that you have other women around you, but the point is that it's a neg. It's to lower her defenses, and this to me makes total sense in any scenario. In any scenario.
State something that will disqualify you from being considered a potential suitor.
So notice how a neg is not about hurting her or offending her. It's about saying something to disqualify you. In the mainstream media, a neg is to put her down. What that is projection, right? They are assuming that guys that watch this hate women. That guys that watch this are doing it in an evil or manipulative way. So there's no way that a neg has any other motive other than put a woman down. Like that's how they think. They're projecting. When the truth is that it's to let her know, hey, I'm just here to have fun. I'm not trying to get you. Relax. I'm harmless, and that to me makes total sense. That is something that I wonder where he got that from, because that is a defense mechanism that a lot of women have, and that most people are just not aware of.
Just long enough so that you can demonstrate high enough value to hit those attraction circuits that exist in her head, so that you start getting indicators of interest. That's just zooming in a little bit of A2 here. Once you've met the objective and you're getting indicators of interest from her.
So now you disqualified yourself. Now she's showing interest, right? And he says it. Hair, they groom themselves, get closer, right? Once you do that, then that's when they begin to chase it. What did he say?
Here. Once you've met the objective, that's just zooming in a little bit in her head, so that you start getting indicators of value to hit those attraction circuits that exist in her head, so that you start getting indicators of interest.
And those attraction switches, he talks about it, right? The fact that you're a protector of your loved ones, the fact that you're a leader of men. These are things that we all can learn with and tell stories on. And these are things that in your life you could find moments when you could show this. And it doesn't matter the context. Most women are going to find this attractive. For example, that's why guys who have dogs tend to have an easier time getting women, because they show that you're a protector of your loved ones. You have a dog, and so you have that nurturing side, right? And so, or the fact that you're a leader of men, if you're the boss, or if you're the best basketball player on your team, the best artist, those things when a woman observes those qualities will allow her to look through your looks. If you're ugly as fuck and you show that you have the capacity to lead men, it allows a woman to look through your looks and actually become attracted to you despite not being her type. But I gotta tell you guys this, is that if you're not her type, you want to play the long game. Because if you're not her type, usually a woman only fucks guys, only short term, only guys like short term when a guys are her type. For a long term relationship, it doesn't necessarily you don't necessarily have to be her type. But the difference is that it takes you a little bit longer. But the good thing about it is that it might lead for her to fall in love with you, right? They don't fall in love with the Chads. They really don't, right? They fall in love with the guys that they want a long-term relationship, unless she has some attachment issues, and then she falls in love with the Chads, because most women know that Chads are not long-term material. Like, guys gotta give women more credit. They're not stupid. They know this is short-term.
That's just zooming in a little bit of A2 here. Once you've met the objective and you're getting indicators of interest from her, then you move forward into A3. And here's this next level of the video game, where now the challenge is to make her feel like you're not yet attracted to her,
This is
but
big.
it's growing.
Oh, this is big. What this means is that you're communicating to her that you don't like everyone that you meet, but that you for some reason you like her. Like, Mr. even has a line that says, "I don't know what it is about you, but I like you. I don't know what it is," and I fucking hate that. I hate the fact that I don't know why you just give me good energy, You know, when you left, I felt something. When you came back, I feel like something's filled, and I hate you for it, right? Like that, like building up the fact that you're showing that I like you, but I don't like the fact that I like you. In fact, me and you would get along. You see, the logic behind this, it's truly mind bending when you're thinking about it from this perspective right now. Like, I understand this, and me listening to this is like, yo, dude, what the fuck? How the did you come up with this shit, dude? Like, that's insane.
And that way we keep that challenge. If you can get all the way to that point, and then during that point, move the target either away from the group that she's with, because women of beauty are very rarely found alone, they're usually in groups. So you're going to have to learn to work the group. See what I'm doing right now? I don't know any of you yet, but I'm working the group. Every single one of
Now, look, the thing is that working the group works in pickup areas. You don't have, and this is where a lot of guys that watch this get it wrong, is that they treat their normal lives as pickup. Like they forget that there is a line that you don't bring this to normal life. And this is the part that their acting comes into place because they don't know when to stop. They don't know how to seem natural. These guys, their flaw is that they only will look natural in the club setting. These women, when they get out of the club, that same cool guy outside the club, she's gonna be like, oh, this guy was acting. This guy's a nerd. This guy's goofy. This guy lacks confidence. And that's the issue, is that you're going to get women. If you do this, you're going to get women into you at a club. If you get lucky, you could bring them back home. But a lot of times when they get to meet, a lot of you guys are just goofy. And women get disappointed at the fact that like, oh, I thought I was fucking someone cool. He's a goofball. You know? And that's how that works, people. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below.
All right, guys, we're going to have a brief intermission so that I can tell you guys about our new bundle that we're doing where you guys can purchase all of my courses and get it at a discount. So this bundle is pretty much the bundle where you could just buy all of my courses. You could buy Nice Guy, which is a training course on how to come across more assertive, how to come across more confident, how to not give off nice guy vibes. You guys can get access to Dark Game, which is my full dating course on how to meet women in different scenarios, how to attract women, how to make sure you don't come across as creepy, and essentially how to act like a man and not act like a doofus, to be quite honest with you. And you get all of these bonuses, which is the bonuses of Dark Game, the bonuses of Practical Mastery, which is about how to master a skill, Social Mastery, which is how to master your social life, and the Laws of Human Nature, which is a book club video that I had dissecting Robert Greene's book. All of this is naturally at around naturally is at $346, but you guys can purchase this bundle and get it at what's the price again? Get it at $238 pretty much. So you guys can purchase it right now. It's a money back 30-day money back guarantee. It's a good way to, rather than just buying them individually and paying extra, you guys can just purchase everything at a discount price. Now, the only thing I don't like is the fact that I'm giving you a lot of information at the same time. That makes me kind of scared because a lot of times people don't do the things that I teach when you get too much information. But I've gotten too many requests to do this, so I'm just satisfying you guys. Purchase it right now by clicking on the description down below where it says purchase the bundle. All right, let's continue with the video.